Hello.
What's up, America?
Wait, Bill's back to potato internet? What's going on?
What? What? F.
It's not that funny, actually.
We hear the crap in your truck rattling as you.
I can't fool you guys. You fucking smart fuckers.
Yes.
I didn't even think about that.
No, usually.
Yeah, I'm back to potato internet tonight because I'm driving back from Cleveland right now. So
my wife said, I said something when I was talking to her the other day, and I said something like, "It sounds like you're talking from a potato." She's like, "What does that even mean?" And I go, "Yeah, it's an overtime thing."
what does that even mean?
She doesn't understand the overtime stuff. She's like, "I don't get you guys." She just rolls her eyes. She usually can tell, like, if I'm staring at my phone and I start laughing, she's like, "What did they say now?" I'm like, I was laughing today. She goes, because if you guys aren't following the overtime TikTok, Adam's been doing a lot of those. And then are you posting them on YouTube and stuff too, Adam?
Yep.
Yeah. So anyways, one came across my feed and I was looking at it and I go, the funny thing is not many people have found the overtime TikTok yet. And so I told my wife, I was like, this made me laugh so hard. It was one of the funniest clips, but it has no views. She goes, the 5 views that it has are probably from you. She's telling me, because I keep rewatching it over and over and over again. And I go, yeah, it's probably true.
So on that note, yeah, everyone here should go follow us on TikTok. You know,
all social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube,
Insta,
and you did a Facebook page too, didn't you?
Yeah, but I'm still in the process of figuring that out.
Don't we have a Facebook group too somewhere?
Yeah, that's right. There is a Facebook group.
Yeah.
And don't forget our website. Go check out our merch. Buy some shit. We don't make any money off it, but you'll look cool.
Legitimately don't make anything. It's priced to where we make like a quarter off of each shirt, maybe even that. Yeah. Oh, that is too funny.
Yeah. So if you want to help us out, if you buy like 10 shirts, we could buy ourselves like a cheeseburger.
Yeah, go buy yourself a Jim Davis shirt. Get the whiskey bottle warm shirt to counteract the beer can cold shirt from HVAC school. You know,
and nothing new, but apparently Joe's filming from a potato today too. So looks like he's
I'm not alone.
Yeah, he's all blurry and just like out of focus because he's using a $5,000 camera.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that helps. That's better, Joe. That's perfect, bro. Perfect. Yeah.
And you're muted.
Yeah, and you're muted. So
there you go. At least he's horizontal.
Hey, just let him keep going.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, let's give a shout out to somebody. I can't see the chat, but I heard our little buddy Randy Ravioli was giving away free AC advice in the chat earlier.
That's right. Randy was over there being tech support in the chat. So
changing transformers, blowing fuses.
Yep.
Well, you know what they say in the back rooms of all the HVAC supply houses. They're like, you can't spell HVACR without Randy. So good job, Randy Ravioli.
Good job, Randy.
That's what the R stands for, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's what the R stands for, man.
100%, man. 100%.
Right,
Heating, ventilation, ass cock Randy. Yep.
My gosh.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Where are you coming from, Bill?
Cleveland.
Oh boy.
So were you going to that airborne toxic event thing or whatever?
Yeah, I came to a candlelight vigil around the train derailment.
Oh man, my daughter
came there and
like so many conspiracy theories about that. She's like going full deep on that. I'm like, just let it be.
I don't know what you guys are talking
just
about.
let it be.
Just
the trains falling off the tracks and
just trains popping off tracks everywhere.
Got it.
I did a little bit of research. Actually, I asked my wife to do some research and asked the Google a question. How many train derailments was there last year in total? And it was something like well into the thousands. So I'm like, so we've had 4 this year, I think we're off to a good start. So
I think it's one of those things where, like, if I go out and I buy a red car, all of a sudden the next day I'm like, everybody's got red cars because I notice it more.
Just because the news is reporting on it.
Yeah.
I think that's the hot
They're
take.
fear mongering.
pretty.
Yeah, I look at it this way. Like if you're watching the news or social media in any way, and whatever it is you're watching gives you a emotional gut response, and you just get super angry or even super happy, like you're being manipulated in some way for somebody's purposes.
Well, and I think that's what happens when people watch us, right?
Well,
Yeah, well,
but we're going to preface this with
that's
saying
okay,
the
though, I
only news
mean.
source you should be watching is the HVAC Overtime show.
100%.
This
I
is
would
where
even
you go.
venture to say you can stop reading all the manuals of everything that you install and just watch our show, and that'll be plenty of knowledge.
Nice
Yeah,
one,
Clive says this stream also derails a lot too. That is a 100% true comment. That was literally the short or TikTok that you posted was where I was talking about the women in HVACR movement, and then Adam pops up on the screen about how Arkansas says reverse cowgirls against the law.
Oh yeah, I love that one, dude.
Weaver.
But listen, what I've realized when I was going through some of these videos and I'm like trying to take snips out, I'm watching Joe. He gets so freaking pissed off during the show.
Oh yeah, it's all the time.
This guy's just sitting here stewing during the show over and over.
But here's the thing. We made Joe a moderator for the show. He can now get into the comments and highlight the comments, which is the one thing that he gets so furious about. But he can't figure out how to log into the right email address so he can be a moderator. He's been a moderator for like 4 months
Same thing with Bill. It was you too, Bill. All 4 of us have it now.
Yes.
Oh, well, I don't really care about being a moderator, honestly.
Yeah, but Joe can't figure it out, but yeah, he can stew and be mad at us. So
I thought I did log in and get the moderator status.
You did, and then you were confusing everybody because you were commenting as someone else as we're having the show or something. Or no, you did that on my stream. That's right. That was funny.
That was that clip with that reverse cowgirl thing. I watched that like 20 times and I still laugh every single time.
Every time.
I love
There's
it.
a lot of things in our show that you just look and you just keep on laughing and laughing. It is funny, I have to say.
That was the best comment.
The best part was Chris was being like super like serious.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, the women in HVAC and
Good talk, Chris.
it's a great movement.
Yeah. Even Rando, I think Rando Weaver, who messaged that, he actually said a comment in that video. It's like it was great to be part of the show. In the comments.
Oh,
That's a permanent part of the show.
Yeah.
So I clicked right before we started for some audio processing. Does this sound okay? Is anything different? Is it weird? Does it sound
right?
All right.
Yeah. Sounds
okay.
Yo.
So what you guys up to, man? Where are you coming back from, Bill? Oh yeah, you said it, right?
Aesthetics.
Yeah, 3 times.
But what were you doing? What were you doing?
Oh, let's not get into that now.
You went to the
Yeah,
airport.
I ran a couple emergency calls. No heat. Which, by the way, let me riff on this for a quick second, which is my new word of the day is riff.
Sure.
So doing this no heat call, right? We've all done this. We put jumpers on things like, because I don't want to wait for the delay, blah, blah, blah. So I put a jumper on R to W and get my heat moving a little bit faster, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get all done. And like I did what I had to do, got it kind of up and running, whatever. And that's not the point of the story. So I get done, wrap everything up, climb down the ladder. I'm in the truck, do my notes, call the boss, get something to eat and blah, blah, blah. I'm still sitting in the parking lot, wrapping up notes and, just kind of fiddling around a little bit. And then I was like, I don't remember taking my jumpers off.
Oh,
my little jumper wire, with the 2 alligator clips on it. I'm like, oh shit. So I throw my ladder back up there. Cause first I check my bag, of course, not my bag, throw my ladder back up there, climb back up there, take the door off the unit. Sure enough, there's my jumper right there on RDW, man.
That would
I
have
was
been
like, you dumb son of a bitch, man.
one hell of a callback, huh?
Oh, dude. And then once you do something so stupid, and it's probably because I'm tired, I've had a long day, I've been on the road all day. I start questioning everything else. Once I left, I'm like, did I do this? Did I forget this? Did I leave this? Blah, blah, blah.
You know what I ended up doing? I do the same, Bill, because I'm so anxious of leaving something off. I've sometimes checked 2-3 times. Am I sure I turned it back on? I'll go back up. But the one thing I used to do, and I haven't done it in a long time, and I've been afraid of doing, is leaving my tool bag somewhere again. And I haven't done that in years and years and years. But I actually put those little tracker tags in all my tool bags now.
Oh, the
awesome.
Apple thing.
I have the Samsung ones, but yeah, I have the tracker tags. So those things work really good. I had them in all my luggage going to AHR too. So those are nice.
Where are these tracker tags?
Nice.
You don't know
I
what
think
the
you
tracker
explained
tags
them
are?
once. No.
So
Well,
Apple
don't.
and Samsung both have them, and there's another one too, but Apple and Samsung are the most popular. And what they do is they when you get your phone and you read through all the terms of use of your phone and you hit accept, one of the things you accept is that they use your cell phone location and they ping the tracker tags ping anybody's
Cool, yeah.
phone that's on that same
Sure.
carrier near you.
Oh.
So the Samsung ones, if you have the tags out, I don't have to be near it, and it pings off of other cell phones that are Samsung or Google or whatever, and it pings off of those and tells you the location of something. So so you can have your tags and it can go anywhere as long as there's a Samsung phone nearby.
Nice.
It'll track it.
Cool, I guess.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
lots of great people in the chat right now. A lot of great usuals. A few new
Yep.
people I see in there too. So that's awesome.
Herman, L Anonymous,
Yep.
ELC Vids,
Friendly
Clive.
neighborhood maintenance
Chipmunk.
guy, Big Clive.
Is that greasy-haired bastard Cyborg in there?
I'm sure he is somewhere. Ty Brannaman's in
yeah.
here.
Liz Zargar, Edgar, Dave G,
Yep.
Mega House,
Ewap and Enderman.
So I wanted to start this off, something I've been talking about a little bit here and there, and I kind of mentioned it at a panel discussion I did at AHR, and we kind of talked about it a little bit too, was just how out of touch a good majority of the manufacturers are with the normal service technicians. And what I mean by that is manufacturers, they write their technical data, they write their installation manuals, and oftentimes, first off, one thing that irritates the heck out of me, and I'm not a perfect technician that does everything right, but I can't handle when a manufacturer has incorrect stuff in their manuals, like when they say to pull a vacuum.
They continue printing it. Like they know it's there. Like Bill brought up last week or the week before, and they continue dispensing or whatever, handing out this incorrect information.
Yeah, and it's just like, and then you dig into it, and if you ever get a chance to talk to someone in the know, and you're like, who wrote that? And they're like, oh, that was written 20 years ago. Well, did anybody ever fact check it? No, but I've been trying to kind of to talk to people the more and more I can, when I get to talk to manufacturers and different people and try to explain to them, like, you guys need to make this, understandable, and you guys are so out of touch with everything, and it's kind of frustrating. It really is when you think about it, and they just don't even understand, when a manufacturer says, like, I went to a manufacturing training this last week, and I was listening to the person talk about doing evacuations. Okay. And the person was saying, he was joking, but being real. He was like, and it always says to pull a proper evacuation and to get it down to these levels. But he was saying, like, but we all know that's impossible. You never need to do that. Like, it really doesn't matter. You're never going to get there. And it's like, dude, you guys can't go the polar opposite there. Like, now they're saying that you're never going to pull a vacuum right. And, it's just like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. These guys just seem.
And you can't come out and say that, because that's going to vindicate all those guys who are like, well, why would I even bother pulling a vacuum at all?
Right.
Exactly. That's
what I've noticed, like diving into more like the mini split heat pump and that too. A lot of those manuals, these like Asian foreign.
Oh yeah, because they're translated into English and they don't even make sense.
It's crazy talk, and you're like, what does this even mean? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, and that's something that I don't understand. When you have a manufacturer where a product is made in another country, but yet they have a full division here, like corporate office with corporate hierarchy and everything in the United States, but yet their manuals don't translate properly. Like, that's just dumb.
Wouldn't it be kind of cool if, let's say, like manufacturer or even a, I don't know, like a entity like ACA or somebody hire some organization like that. They produced a manual or a book, whatever it was, and they had a panel of just like regular common folk technicians like us read through it and kind of, like, I don't know, pick it apart or give them suggestions like, hey, why don't we write it like this so we can understand it, because we don't understand jack shit from what you're saying.
Well, I know, like, who was saying, Chris was saying something about ASHRAE, the ASHRAE meeting. I think anyone could sit in an ASHRAE meeting. But from what I've heard, if you're not like a member, you have to sit around the edges. You can't sit at the table or whatever.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
But like, I think there's a lot of places like that where you can give your opinion in that if they listen to you. I don't know if it will happen.
Like, I think if every educational book on this subject for this industry was written by either Dick Wers or Dan Houlihan, I think we'd have a lot better success rates with technicians bettering themselves with these books and educational materials.
You know, it's kind of funny because I said this. I'm pretty sure I said this when I was doing this. I did this panel discussion with a bunch of social media creators at AHR. I'm still waiting for footage from it, but I'm pretty sure I said this on stage because what someone in the crowd asked a question. It was like a question and answer thing. And I'm pretty sure this is how this went down. Someone asked, how as a manufacturer can we be better? And I kind of took that question and I was like, well, you guys need to connect with the technicians more. You need to be more down to earth. You need to understand things. But I said the next thing is why are the technicians watching my silly YouTube videos to learn how to work on your equipment?
Right.
I go, because I'm not 100% correct. I'm just a technician.
Right.
Yet these people come to my videos, which is kind of silly to me sometimes, but they come to my videos and I get there's some value in them, but they do that rather, or they'll email me, you know, can you get a hold of this manufacturer because they're not answering my question? Why are they coming to me? Because they know that I'm going to get them the answer, you know, and the manufacturers sometimes, not all of them, but sometimes they're not. And that's the disconnect. They, you know, whether it's wait times, whether it's, you know, technical support people that don't know what they're doing, who knows? There's a million different reasons, but
well, you know, a perfect example, Chris, is like if I had to calculate the winter charge in a condensing unit, I would rather watch the video where you detailed the entire process rather than trying to read the Sporlan 90-30-10 or whatever one it was, because it's just easier to absorb the information directly from your face than it is to try to read it. You know, even though Sporlan wrote it pretty good, I'd say, you know, there's still it's still kind of engineering sort of.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, you're thinking of the 90-30-1, the charging for.
I was close, 90-30-10. I got one number off.
And I will admit, the first time that I read 90-30-1, it was a bit intimidating. Then once I followed the process, and
now you're just rubbing it in my face.
It's literally a tape measure and measuring it out and just calculating the internal volume of the lines. But yeah, I guess, you know, it is written from engineer talk, and it is a bit, you know, like, whoa, what is that? You know, so I just think that these manufacturers need to embrace the common folk and, you know, like, yeah, make things more understandable.
Yeah.
You know, it's only going to help
because engineers aren't out in the field fixing it.
Yeah. And we need some of these manufacturers that think their shit doesn't stink to stop hoarding the technical knowledge, because there's a good majority, there's a few pretty big manufacturers that you have to damn near give your child's life to get their technical information from the company, you know, and it's kind of ridiculous what you have to go through to get some of that stuff. So,
oh, here's something new. Ty, I was approached to build a curriculum for a 6-week program. They wanted the basics, checking charge, diagnosis, maintenance, but they did not want static pressure or airflow.
Yeah. When I was involved in my local RSCS chapter, we were approached by someone. It wasn't from the state directly, but it was someone that was doing some work for the state, and they wanted us to help them build a curriculum for an for an HVAC program, but it had to be a 6-week program. And we were like, no, we're not going to put our name on something that's a 6-week program.
No kidding.
No, nobody's going to get, you know, but it's oftentimes these government groups, you know, they want to see results and they want, you know, these things to be done quick and fast. And it's like, no, you can't get that done in 6 weeks, you know, like, it's just, no, I don't know. We got a lot of bitching over here. You know, I mean, I guess I guess we are kind of part of the solution, though. I mean, we're bringing awareness to everything.
Yeah, we're presenting ideas and whatnot.
You know, the more we speak to other technicians and the more that, you know, we say this on our platform, you know, maybe someone will hear and start, making their information more readily available, you know?
Right.
I think
One of the people,
they probably just brush us off.
one of the people on the panel, though, is interesting because the people asking the questions kept asking us, well, can you give us an example of a manufacturer that's done a good job? And all of us were a little hesitant to name names because we're all different social media creators and we didn't want to step on anybody's toes saying who our favorite this or favorite that was. And I finally said, okay, I'm going to throw you a bone and I'm going to give you one thing. I said, I'm not going to say everything about this company is amazing, but I said, Emerson Copeland, when they made the Copeland mobile app, I said that was probably one of the better things they did because it makes it so easy for me to go to a supply house and not have to deal with the counter guys and just walk into the back and I know the part number that I need and I just go grab my own parts and say this is what I need. No more searching. And that's because Copeland has the Copeland mobile app.
Same thing with I hate to say it, but same thing with Blue On. The Blue On app, pulling up manuals and that and looking at model numbers, part numbers and all that. Why can't manufacturers put together an easy resource where all of their information is one spot? And it's funny that there's a third party that could do it and they can combine all the data from every manufacturer, but single manufacturers are struggling to do it.
On that same, sorry, I don't know if I'm interrupting you or not. I can't hear very well.
Go ahead. You're fine.
On that same vein, like Partstown, especially for the other side of my world and the hot side equipment, like they are fantastic with the manuals I can get, the service manuals, the parts breakdowns, the interactive diagrams. I mean, it's absolutely a game changer. And I would assume Blue On's probably pretty close to that on the HVAC side too.
Yeah. And to be fair, you know, Partstown consolidates a lot of manuals. Blue On consolidates a lot of manuals. And you could find all that stuff before, but you just had to do a lot of legwork because these manufacturers, like for instance, Carrier, I've had an app on my phone from Carrier for obsolete manuals from Carrier Direct, and I could go find stuff from BDP, which is a company that they acquired from all the different companies from the 80s and 70s. You could find all the manuals, but I just randomly found it one day when I was searching through the Google Play Store, and it wasn't even in HVAC. Like, so the thing is that they're not doing a good job of embracing and making things easy.
I never even heard about this app.
Yeah, it's a great app, and you could find old school manuals. It's really cool. And one of the things about the Carrier app too, I'd have to find it in my phone, but is you can find the manual for the economizer. You can find the manual for the VFD. Like they have a separate manual for everything, but a lot of people don't know about it, you know? So that's the kind of stuff they all need to do better. I think that social media is going to have a part, and I think that all of us content creators are gonna, you know, have to help to get the information out there. And we also make it easier for people because I mean, I don't get paid by Copeland, you know, to push their Copeland mobile app. And there's an argument there. They should hook me up, but
or Blue On,
you know, or Blue On or any of those. But I mean, we genuinely are telling the truth. Like those are really cool apps, you know, and they do consolidate a lot of great information. I think that manufacturers too, this is something that we said on that panel. I think that manufacturers need to recognize that social media is having a big part in promoting their equipment too. You know, and they probably need to look to the social media creators and say, hey, thanks, you know, give them acknowledgement or something, because a lot of us are pushing information that we don't necessarily have to, you know, but we are just because we're trying to make things better. Ironically,
we could literally be like the Kardashians of the HVAC world.
Yeah. Well, ironically, you know, I mean, we're giving away information that for free and helping people to find it easier, you know, and these manufacturers, in order for them to make it easier to give it out, would have to spend a lot of money to facilitate this and figure out how to spread this information, you know, and so they probably need to look at the content creators and help them out a bit too. So
Joshua Shafton, Partstown has burnt me a few times for sure, giving wrong part numbers. Can't remember which manufacturers, but a few doesn't even have a part department.
So okay, let's clarify that right now. So here's the deal. Partstown, we are not saying that, because I will stand on a pedestal and say that Partstown sucks when they give you part numbers. What we are saying is they consolidate the manuals from the manufacturers. Okay. Yeah. But if you call and talk to Partstown, I'm going to tell you exactly what happens. Let's use Delfield as an example. They're a refrigerator manufacturer. They use the same model number with a different number at the end for 4 different versions of a refrigerator. One of them has 2 doors, one of them has 4 doors, one of them has 2 drawers and a door, and it's the same model number. So when you call Partstown and you say, I have this model number and this serial number, they have to understand how to read the equipment manuals to see that there's a revision for the one they're giving you a part number for. So I'm going to give you guys all the secret. When you want part numbers, I call the manufacturer direct. Call Delfield,
100%.
call True, call whoever. Ask for parts and ask for the part numbers. Then either go online or call Partstown. Do not let Partstown look up for the part numbers, because you will 100%.
No, I only use it for, like you said, the manuals and the parts breakdown. If I can just look in the parts breakdown, the interactive diagram, and just get the part number myself, and I'm confident in it, that's all I need. I'd never call them. I will never call Partstown. They never call me back. They never give me the information I need. They have a fantastic app. That's it.
Yeah, 100%. And Greg Austin says that Partstown is highway robbery, and their parts pricing, they don't necessarily offer contractor pricing. Okay, Greg, so here's the deal about that. They actually do offer contractor pricing. You just have to push volume. You have to push numbers.
Yeah.
I don't get amazing pricing, okay? But what Partstown does is Partstown uses the list price as their multiplier. Now, Partstown doesn't pay list price for the parts they buy. They get them at deep discounts, but they use the list price, and then they give you a discount off of list when you buy things. So yes, Partstown is expensive. And yes, I think it's kind of silly what they charge. I heard a rumor. I hate to spread things that are a rumor, but I heard a rumor that during COVID, when there was shortages on a lot of parts, manufacturers were actually buying parts back from Partstown to keep production moving. Like, think about that one. They had to buy their parts back. And I bet you they didn't buy them at cost. I bet you those manufacturers bought those parts back at a pretty good markup.
Well, you know, you can go on the app, get the part number for whatever you need, and then just Google it and find the cheapest, you know, supply house or whatever.
But here's the thing. I still buy from Partstown because when I need something, they have it. Now, I try to buy from Case Parts Company as much as I can. That's my local parts company. And I try to buy as much as I can through them. But sometimes when you need a certain part, you just got to buy it from Partstown, and you just got to suck it up. Here's the thing.
That's true,
I don't personally mind what I pay for a part, because I mark my parts up. I don't do a discount off a list or any of that crap. I just take whatever I pay for it, including shipping, and I mark that up and I sell it to the customer. So if Partstown charges a higher price, then I mean, my customer's paying a higher price. It is what it is. Sometimes you got to do it. I have one specific customer that tells me they only want me buying parts from Partstown. So it's fine. You know, they get what they get.
Yeah,
Change
sometimes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Finish off. No, finish off. I'm gonna change the. Go ahead.
Subject. I was just gonna say there's a local distributor by me, and they're a union company, right? Huge distributor. More of a piping, you know, they're a pipe supply company. Super freaking expensive. Every time I go in there, like, my jaw drops. But they have everything, and when you need something, you need it. You got to pay for it, right?
Right, Christopher. Yeah, Tech, Tom, how are you? List prices. Granger price is an absolutely absurd, ludicrous price that would only charge the customer.
Yeah, Tom, and Granger's is the same way. If you're a big company, I know people that get. I've seen pricing that some big companies get from Granger's, and it blows my pricing from my local supply houses out of the water. So if you're a big enough customer, Granger will discount deep.
Well, and speaking of Granger, do you know Zorro?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Zorro is owned by Granger. You get the same part number and everything, or hundreds of dollars cheaper sometimes.
Yeah. But the thing is that, you know, Granger's is expensive, but they have warehouses everywhere near me.
Yeah,
I can
that's
pull
true.
up there on my mobile app and say, where's the part at? I can put it on Wilco and I can go get it. Some of these manufacturers, their apps still are in the Stone Age. Even some of the biggest refrigeration supply houses, they're freaking, you can't even, you know, it's a pain in the ass to order anything online. Sometimes it's easier if you can. And that's where these places that are 100% online are killing it right now, because, you know, they have what we want. And that's another thing too. And I talked about this recently, but these supply houses that we go to, when was the last time you physically went into a supply house and they had everything that you actually wanted? Majority of the time, you have to settle for whatever brands they sell. You know, you can't just go into a supply house, 3 years ago, it was a nightmare to walk into a good majority of the supply houses and say, I want refrigeration technologies Viper cleaner.
Yeah, right.
They'd be like, what?
What the hell is that?
Well, how do we bring, because they only want to sell what their manufacturer's reps. And that's something that is really frustrating about supply houses, because if you don't know, a good majority of supply houses, they have a manufacturer's rep that comes in and he reps like 6 or 7 different products. And he'll give the supply house a pretty good discount on those products if they promise not to bring in any of the competitors' products.
Right.
So then they're pushing all the products they want them to push, but then we go in and it's like, no, I don't want that. I want this. Well, we don't sell it. Well, then I'm going somewhere else, and I find somewhere else that has it. So something's going to change.
You know what place has really been popping up in my Google searches lately is supplyhouse.com.
Yeah.
Like, they've been really hitting home runs with a lot of the stuff that I've needed lately.
I ordered some Lennox parts from them that Lennox didn't have, and I got the OEM Lennox parts from supplyhouse.com. It took the next day. They were at my doorstep, didn't cost me anything extra, and they were all OEM parts. And Lennox had them back ordered indefinitely. And I was like, and they were great prices too. I was like, all right, cool. So
I use them quite frequently.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a. Can I change the subject?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was good talk.
Talking about something a little stupid.
Yeah.
This is our favorite.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, I'm not going to get into a lot of details here, but anyway, so we talked about like what I'm doing in the future a little bit on the show, my goals. I'm trying to get out of running the company, right?
Yep.
Today I had my second interview with the company. All right. Okay. Let me tell you what happened. I'm not going to get into the details of the interview, but let me talk about what happened previous to the interview. So,
can't wait.
I go to work today and I'm doing my job and I'm taking my time and there's not a lot of stuff going on. So I come home chilling out, blah, 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 bibbity boop. Is that what Chris or Bill says? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so a little bit beforehand, I decide to jump in the shower. I'm like, I'm going to jump in the shower, get out of the shower. And I look in the mirror. I'm like, I shaved yesterday. I might as well just shave again, right? So I go ahead and I shave. Problem is, I have a mole right here. And I would say probably 70% of the time when I shave, I cut the mole and I bleed all over, right? So I took a shower probably 45 minutes before the interview and I cut my mole. And I'm bleeding all over and it won't stop. So in my first interview, I told the guy, I'm like, listen, because I showed up early. It was a Zoom meeting. So I showed up early and it was like 15 minutes early. I'm like, yeah, I always get everywhere early. I just, I like being early. It's better to be earlier than late. So then
100%.
I'm like, today my thing's it's bleeding. I'm like, I told him I'm always early. Now I'm gonna be late because I got blood all over the place. So I start Googling, like, how do you stop faces from bleeding when shaving? So then it was like, one was like take antiperspirant and rub it on it. So I did that. And it starts bleeding even more. I'm like, what the frick?
What?
And then another
bad idea.
And then another one was like hold coffee grounds on it. So I'm holding coffee grounds on it. Now we're getting close to the time where it's not, it's like 15 minutes until it's supposed to start. When I was anticipating being on the waiting for him right now, right? So I'm freaking out. The thing's not stop bleeding. It's coming down my face. So what do? Mind you, I'm not. If you think I'm lying, here's bloody paper towels right here. So anyway, so what do? I run outside to my truck.
PVC. There you go.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's funny.
So sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Did it work? And what color?
Yeah, it worked. It started like it got kind of red. So
now Adam has
blood
blue
poison later.
freaking Christie's Red Hot dripping down his lip.
Man.
And then he's got a freaking tampon string stuck to it because it got stuck to the glue, and it's just he's going through an interview with the tampon hanging from his chin.
So stupid.
Oh, man.
I know it would have burned, right, Al? Oh my gosh.
Was it noticeable?
Yeah.
No, I mean you could always kind of see it. It's like a dot. I got a freaking mole. I should get it removed. I don't know. By the time I cut it so many times, I probably have cancer coming in, right?
Al Anonymous said demonetized.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing about this channel that is monetizable. We're not even sponsorable. That's the shitty thing.
We can be if it's something cool. If
yeah,
you guys think you're
what?
Cool,
no,
sure, sponsor.
I was looking for super glue, but I couldn't find any in the house.
I didn't tell any of you guys, but look what came in the mail. This
was
is part
that?
of it.
Wait,
Oh,
did
nice.
this come
Back
to
it up.
Philadelphia?
Back it up. It's out of focus.
Dude, you're not going to fix this focus. This whole
Whatever,
camera's
my
out of
focus
focus.
is
It
messed
has
up
been
for
since
some
he came
reason.
on.
True.
But anyways, I got the True Flow, so I can't wait.
What do you
I
got?
know where I'm gonna
A
use it
DG8? Oh, is that a DG8
yeah,
right there?
awesome.
Why can't you guys should have told me? I would have brought mine, so that could be cool.
You want
But
to
yeah, I
start
can't
showing
wait to use
tools?
it.
Hold on, let me think.
Mine's
of what
on my
else I
way.
can
Mine's on the way.
grab. There you go.
Nice. You bought one too. Cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't wait to use it. I know which house I'm gonna use it at, and I'll see if I can make a video on it too. So
Do it.
Yeah.
that will be nice.
yes, it would be.
Oh
sure.
man, this week, kind of a blur. It's kind of crazy that it's already like February, what, 17th? Yeah, that's freaking nuts, man. We're already 17 days
Right
into
by it.
February. But this week was kind of long for me.
Yeah.
How did the interview go, Adam?
It went good. It seems like there's going to be a third interview.
Wow.
There you go.
It's a
Nice.
long process to join a cult, man. Whatever cult this is.
That's right.
It's a cool. I mean, the place I'm interviewing, everyone in the chat has heard of this place. Well,
Yes.
maybe not Clive, but
Yeah.
or
I'm pretty sure you even heard of it in chat for us talking.
Yeah,
about
I'm 100% sure Clive's heard of it.
Yeah.
okay.
It'll be cool. It'll be cool. We could all dream to be able to have fun and just do nothing all day long. That's
Well,
what
I don't know, because this cult that Adam's joining, there's a lot of reading, and it's like a lot of boring reading.
It's not a
Oh.
cult.
I mean, I've said it a million times. I don't know how you can sit through and read a Manual J and Manual S book or whatever. Like, I've read those books. It is so, it's just so hard for me to absorb anything out of them.
So did you take my advice? Because I give this, although you don't watch my live streams, you haven't in a while, but I give this in live streams all the time when people ask me, like, what are some tips for an interview? And one of the most important things that I tell everybody is
Big
remember
question.
that an interview is two ways.
Right.
And you're interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you. So you need to remember that and make sure, it's got to fit for you. Don't let them. I know that these people aren't, but I'm just saying to people out there in general that are going through interviews, always remember that an interview is two ways, and you need to interview the company just as much as they're interviewing you. So
100%.
We went back and forth. We'll see how it shakes
Yeah.
out. I don't know. All
guys-
I know is I'm moving in the right direction. If it doesn't work out here, it's going to work out somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you guys will be the first ones to know for sure. So don't
Yeah.
worry.
yeah,
Dustin Cole saying Goodman, and someone else said Train.
Maybe.
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 Yeah, we're not going to confirm nor
Maybe.
deny. So maybe,
Like,
just
has-
maybe.
I think it owns Goodman. Yes, they do.
The Buttless Chaps Cowboy Club of America is what it is.
Yep.
That'd be an awesome job.
Oh man, I'm trying to see if I can swing the HVAC Excellence, Adam. I'm really trying to swing that one. So
Do it. We'll hang out. We can hold
Yeah.
hands as we walk down the aisles together.
that's right. The only problem is going to Vegas with Adam, and Adam doesn't drink.
Oh.
That's a hard one, man.
I
You
mean,
have a designated driver.
I could drink
That's true.
O'Jules.
Me and Ty can go drinking, and Adam can drive us around.
True.
There you
There we go. Actually, you don't need to drive in Vegas. You just get an Uber. Although the hotel that they're having HVAC Excellence is literally 5 miles down the beginning of the strip. So it's maybe not 5 miles, but it's
Did I tell
literally.
you when I was in Punta Cana, we were laying on the beach the whole time, right? And you guys are talking about reading. It's a whole nother ball game when you're sitting at an all-inclusive resort and you don't drink, right?
Yeah.
So every other resort I've ever been to, which hasn't been a lot, a handful of resorts in
Pat,
the
thank
past.
you. Hey, Pat.
Thank you, Pat. That was really nice, bud.
yeah,
That's
thank you.
awesome.
I'm always you lay on the beach and you just keep drinking, right? They keep bringing you drinks and it's like drinking morning till night. That's what you do. Well, I don't drink, so what do? I read freaking 4 books on the beach, right?
Nice.
So even my wife's drinking a little bit. She never drinks. So the waitress comes up. They speak very, very broken English, like worse than I've certain places I've been before. And I'm like, hey, do you have O'Doul's? She's like, O'Doul's? I'm like, beer with no alcohol, non-alcoholic beer. And she's like, beer, no alcohol? And she's like, beer, yes, alcohol. I'll take a water.
Yes,
I'll take a
alcohol.
water. Somebody Somebody in chat.
You're just literally ordering virgin daiquiris the whole time.
I know.
Virgin daiquiri. You want to know the trick with virgin daiquiris?
Margaritas.
Is they put alcohol in them. So
Do they really? No.
it depends on where you're at, dude. If it's kids, like if it's teenagers ordering virgin daiquiris, they will put alcohol in them.
Yeah.
If they're teenagers, they totally will hook the teenagers up.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't drink, but my identical twin brother does. The Ty Brenneman.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
Dustin,
you go.
you're a good dude.
Crowdsource monetization. That's funny, Dustin. That's
Nice.
awesome.
There you go.
But thank you.
Man.
Did
How-
you,
I
I
mean-
mean,
Dustin, did you see him on Corbett's?
I did, and I was gonna message you, Dustin. I really enjoyed that interview you did with Corbett. You guys both had some pretty good synergy going on, and you dropped some bombs in there for sure.
Yeah.
So
If you guys
Nice.
haven't seen it, look up Corbett Lunsford's. How do you say his
Yeah.
last name? Lunsford.
Lunsford.
I don't remember the name of his channel.
It was posted in
find
the
it right
HVAC Overtime group. So if they're a member there or school,
Yeah,
or
they
the
would've seen it.
grapevine. I'll find it right now. Hold on.
Go check
Guys,
it
look
out.
who's in
Also-
chat.
Who?
M-Tech
Oh.
HVAC.
at
Mike,
this
how are
guy.
you?
What
Jeez,
is
good to see
up,
you.
dude?
He's one of the OGs, guys.
Yeah.
For sure. Did I tell you guys that I sat down and had a lengthy conversation with Ralph Wolf at
Oh
the
wow.
AHR?
I didn't think
Yeah,
he's
he
still
came over to the
around.
Sportland booth
Cool.
and we sat down and talked for a while. It was pretty cool. Pretty
Cool.
cool to see Ralph. I'm gonna post a link to the video with Dustin Cole and Corbett right now.
He's
Yeah.
still with Mitsubishi, I assume.
Yeah, well, he works for Ferguson, but he's a trainer for Mitsubishi for
Oh,
Ferguson.
okay.
Did you ask if he's still friends with John Israel?
I
He's
did
never
not.
friends with him. He never will be.
I did not.
Those guys.
You know, it's funny right there, Adam, because after you dropped that, was he still friends with John Israel? You froze. So then you were like dead face, like not moving for a second. But I just posted a link to that video with Dustin and Corbett right now.
More like thumb face.
Nice.
Yeah.
Somebody, I guess Adam would know if anything between us. Well, I maybe know too, but I guess Chris and Bill don't work on this stuff. But someone was asking about a furnace that could run at low temperatures. I think he said his was at 80. It's like a church or something. Any furnaces that are designed to run at low temperatures.
What do you mean low temperature?
Like, maintain like 50 degrees or something?
Yeah, I guess what did he say in chat? I don't know.
I don't get the question. Like, are you implying that it would be hard for a furnace to maintain 50 degrees in the building?
It's hard to maintain, but when a furnace is getting like cold return back, there's potential of gaining condensate into primary. You'll kill that furnace.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Yeah, they're not designed to get that low of a temperature coming back because you'll get
got it.
moisture.
Got it. I see
heat
what you're
exchanger.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was
Yeah.
just wondering if there's any.
You get a heat pump.
Yeah.
Now, was
that's
he
an op-
faking it there or was he real? I don't know because I didn't hear the van noise in the background. So.
I'm assuming it's a church, or what do you say? It was a church or auditorium? I can't remember. So they're probably lack of money. You know how churches are. They just want to try to survive. You know, what's the options?
So Dustin Cole's saying like a DOAS or 100% outside air, like makeup air unit, but those they're not like a DOAS. Can a DOAS? Well, yeah.
What's a DOAS?
A dedicated
Yeah, what is it, DOAS?
outdoor air system.
Air
It's
fan?
100%
Oh,
outside
yeah.
air conditioner, but they're hyper set up so that way they can actually run with 100% outside air. But the question is, you would have to design because typically a DOAS unit, I could be wrong, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but typically a DOAS unit is not meant to maintain, it's only meant to supplement, correct? Or are we actually maintaining? I guess if you spend enough money, you can get one that'll maintain.
What's his
but-
heated? What heats his DOAS air?
It uses outside air.
So
Well, what heats it?
It depends on
Open
what you
flame.
want. It can be heat pump or open flame. It depends.
Okay, that's what I was going. You're not gonna have an open flame in a church.
Well, like think of like Aeon makes DOAS units and
Right,
Captive
right.
Air makes them and Green Heck makes them and you know those big companies make them. But Aeon's really big on making the DOAS units.
Okay, cool. Can you run low airflow to keep? That's a good friggin' point. Why not lower the airspeed? So
but you're
you
still gonna have
Right.
the same temperature rise.
that's the
Right? Your
thing.
temperature rise stays the same.
That's a good
But
point.
let's think about this. Like everything changes a little bit. How would this affect it with lower temperature air?
That's the thing, you know, like and it's hard because, you know, I already know, like
You're gonna hit high limit pretty fast.
So Dustin saying he thought the question was about low air temp entering.
You know, how about this? Like, why can't he, like, if they're a church or struggling for money, whatever, why not have like a damper? So you kind of like short cycle the supply to the return.
Oh, and why don't they just pray about it?
Yeah, why don't they just pray about it? Jesus, Phil. You are always on the ball, eh? Oh my god.
Someone put a marker, Hamilton.
Ding.
That is for a freaking short.
Oh my gosh, bro.
I mean,
damn, Bill.
Hughes, man. Let me try. I'm trying to highlight your comment, but I can't highlight. But I'm trying to unhide it because for some reason YouTube loves to hide you guys' comments. Oh my god.
Where'd it go?
It went fast. The chat's going quick, so I couldn't. But anyway.
Oh man.
So that's what I was saying. Maybe a damper supply. Michael, somebody was saying a furnace that can run a low temperature, a return temperature. That's all. Like
holy
degrees,
moly,
degrees, whatever. That's what I can think of. Maybe if they're tight on budget, just I don't know if that would work. A supply damper, short cycle a bit, so it could be on a temperature switch, goes above whatever temperature.
Yeah,
turns off. Below temperature goes on.
Oh man, that was a great one, Bill. You won for the night.
Definitely, you could do something like really rigged up like that. Throw a thermostat in the return, right?
Yeah.
Throw a thermostat in the return. Have a bypass duct with a normally closed ventilation damper, and have it set up with a relay or whatever you want to do, and boom, open it up. Bleed.
Guys, these
but the thing is that the problem with that is the next guy's going to come in to work on it, and he's not going to know what the hell happened.
Well, don't call that next guy. Call the same guy that helped your ass.
Right. Yeah, but no, they just need to pony up and do it right. And not try to jerry rig anything.
That's true.
It's just going to lead to
let's be honest. Like, if we're talking about all this stuff that's going to cost a lot of money, they could just put in a 90% furnace in the first place.
I don't even think 90s could even deal with that low temp.
Why not? Why not? That's the point. They're most efficient.
You're right. True. I guess.
That is too. You guys, the comments are on fire right now.
Yeah,
these are hilarious. After what you said, Bill.
I think 90s, you just have to stay above freezing. That's the only thing you have to be concerned with.
Yeah, a temperature control mixing or temperature damper standard. Yeah. Honestly, I think that I don't know. I see myself doing something like that, but that's why I said obviously. But I don't know. These are great talk, guys. Like this is. I wish some.
Actually, Dustin gave me a good idea. He thinks of this stuff on the fly. He always comes up with crazy ideas. But we were discussing a job that I didn't have enough wires on, and I was trying to think about. It was a two-stage Bosch system, and I actually did have enough wires, but I wasn't really paying attention to it because I wasn't thinking about the size of the heat kit I put in.
Right, John.
It's only a single-stage heat kit.
Yeah.
But we were talking about like what happens if you don't have enough wires. He's like, well, why don't you not wire W? How was it? Don't wire W for the auxiliary, and then have an outdoor temperature sensor and figure out your balance point. And once you're below your balance point, or you're at the point where you have to turn on auxiliary, then power W, backfeed W through the like the defrost cycle basically, or whatever, you know, like back
power
read from because you have to actually power W through defrost from the heat pump, right? So basically just backfeed it, boom, turn on your auxiliary at that point.
That's brilliant. That's a great idea.
I didn't say it in a very concise manner.
No, but I get what you're saying. That's awesome. Those are little things, guys, man. That's mentors. That's what mentors do. They just
see. That's why it pays to know people like Dustin Cole and the other geniuses watching tonight,
and everybody in chat. You guys are all
exactly
smart. Reach out, network. It's amazing.
That's a good point.
Yeah, how could you not just get one of those add-a-wire things?
Yeah, add-a-wire or
now you can. But in the past,
yeah, exactly.
What's the one that comes with the Ecobee that I just throw away?
Whatever it's
the
called.
PEK.
The one you throw away.
What does it stand for? Power Extender Kit. PEK.
Yeah.
The Ecobee.
Or you could just run a new thermostat wire.
Sometimes not that easy. The thing is, there's a lot of places in the country where everyone's like, just run a thermostat wire. It's simple. You go in some of the buildings that I work on.
You don't realize that you're dealing with multi-level basements, weird crap. You know,
right?
Here
Through walls and chases and
yeah.
Yep.
I just want to hide my thermostat in a closet, just make it disappear. So,
hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I haven't heard much about Chris's project lately. How's your home renovation, your home system renovation project going?
I really haven't done anything. Well, no, I did. I have another video filmed where I solved a bunch more of my air leakage, but I haven't released the video. I was editing the video the other day and I realized that there's a Christmas tree in the background and my kids are putting decorations on it. I'm like, wow, I filmed that video a long time ago. But I wanted to get through AHR. And then once I got through AHR, I'm going to obviously
refocus on it.
I think you need to jump on it. You know,
no, I'm ready.
You're not going to start the ductwork in the heat of the summer.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready to get up there and do the ductwork. So I want to knock this out. I still haven't like 100% decided on the brand that I want to go with, but it's kind of between two of them right now. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm ready to just run some ductwork. I really don't have that much ductwork to run. It's not like I'm going to be doing 6 days in the attic. Like really, we'll get this done in a day or two, I would think. So as far as the ductwork, because it's pretty easy. So
I am actually starting to, I'm hoping tomorrow I have to do I have an insurance audit from work. Do you ever do insurance audits, Chris? Do you ever have to deal with that?
No.
So stupid. It's ridiculous.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Workers' comp. We do a workers' comp audit. Yeah, all the time, dude. We like
never heard of this. What is this about?
They send you. They basically they charge you what you predict your wages are going to be for the year. Yeah. But then they want to know what your wages actually are, and then if you have any 1099 employees in that, and then because they want to make sure that they charge you enough. And if they don't charge you enough, they give you another bill on top of what you've already paid for the year, right? Yeah. But it's like a weird scenario where you have to give them what is it 941s from the closest quarter, and it's weird rounding dates and stupid crap.
It never makes sense. Luckily, our secretary, she deals with that a lot, so she just gives us the rundown. Yeah, this is happening. This is happening. It's just they just literally come and park in our office for a day, maybe 2 days, and just audit all the paperwork and usually bitch about something stupid, time cards or something dumb, and go from there. So,
but I'm going to try to finish that up tomorrow, and then I'm actually going to start building my supply and return plan for my air handler, and I might start hanging duct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're going to be moving. I'm going to see if I pass you on this, Chris, because I've been so super. I don't have heat in half of my house right now. You know?
Actually, I was just thinking, yesterday, I was like, man, I need to get the insulation guys out here to rip all the insulation out of my attic, because we're right at this mild thing where we're warming up just a little bit, but it's not too cold, even though we're getting a cold snap coming through. I'm like, I could do without insulation for a few weeks.
It's funny you're saying that, because I just had that phone conversation today, and I asked the guy to come out tomorrow. Yeah, I talked to somebody that was recommended to me for basically insulation type weatherization crap or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, because I thought bat insulation, fiberglass bats, you would have to go up there by hand to remove them all. Mm-hmm. This dude was telling me, he's like, how old is your house? And I told him the 60s. And he's like, oh, 60s? They'll just go up there with a vacuum and they will just disintegrate and break apart. He's like, it's super easy to remove bad insulation.
Oh, mine aren't, because mine are from the 80s and the bats are still intact. But I don't have a giant, roof structure, so it's not that big of a deal. They just need to go pull all the bats out. Yeah. So
my goal, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all the insulation. I'm going to get a price from the guys that remove it to do basically targeted air sealing up there. And if it's more than I want to spend, because I'm super cheap, I'm just going to go up there with a couple froth packs and hit all the top plates.
Yeah.
Get those can light covers and nail everything.
It's funny because same thing. I was like, man, I want to film going up there and air sealing things, but it's like, I'm tempted just to have the insulation guys, how much are you going to charge me just to seal the top plate? Just do it all, the whole thing, I'd almost be willing to do it. I'll just go up there and film them while they're doing it.
I think
see how much it is, though. I got a quote right now. We're right in the middle of everything. My wife is wanting to redo our backyard because it's been a disaster forever. And so I told her, I was like, just start calling people, get some quotes, So she called and got the first quote, and it was kind of nice because she got to deal with that side of the thinking and all the stuff you got to think through and everything. But this quote came back so stupid expensive. I was like, no, not, dude. I'm not spending fucking. It was 27 grand. I was all nope. That's not for a pool, guys. That's just landscaping. I'm like, nope, not happening.
Yeah,
So.
Housh is saying the odds are they're going to do a crappy job at air sealing. Well,
that's true, Housh. That's true.
If you do
better than what you do,
you have a blower door. I have a blower door. So if you're home while they're doing it,
yeah,
you know,
run it. But that's true. I mean, honestly, I kind of do want to go up there and seal it myself, and I honestly don't know if I would be willing. I don't know. We'll see. So we will see. I mean, I got my blower door number down a lot in the last video, but still, I want to see it get a lot lower. So
I'm gonna try the Nate Adams trick. If I hire somebody to do the air sealing, do the air sealing and give them a target to hit, and then if they give them a stretch target, and if they give them a bonus if they hit the stretch target, you know,
it's a good idea.
What you're talking about?
Huh?
Do they even know what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're a weatherization company, I should hope so.
Okay. All right. Hope so too.
Hey, you know what else is cool is that load. So Adam did a remote load calculation for me on a duplex that I got.
Oh yeah.
So I got a little tiny duplex. I mean, nothing big, nothing extravagant. It's in a decent side of town, right? And it's the total building, if you combine both sides, it's like 1,900 square feet. So we'll round up. It's we'll just say 900 square feet on both sides, right? Each side has 100,000 BTU furnace in it.
Existing?
Yeah, existing, like old, like 30 years old. And I mean, the insulation is, I don't know really what's in the walls yet. It's kind of hit or miss up underneath the floor. The rim joists are okay. But I mean, like Adam said, even if there's marginal insulation in there, it's grossly obviously it's grossly oversized. But I think what'd you come back with again, Adam?
I said 40,000 BTU. I can't remember the percentage it was oversized, but it was pretty substantial. And then you're like, well, what if the insulation is less than what I'm telling you? I'm like, okay, so I changed the insulation to like R11 in the ceiling, and I'm like, okay, it's still so much oversized. I'm like, okay, and he's like, well, I'm still nervous, so I changed it to like R9 or R8 or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, I take away the insulation, it's still oversized.
There's no insulation at all. It's still oversized.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Like, you know, it's funny. I was just having a conversation with Steve Rogers and Chris Hughes. I had lunch with them at AHR, and we were sitting down. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this, right? So, Adam, that whole, from the Energy Conservatory, that whole mind explosion moment, Adam, I had that. Like, I sat down with them and my mind was blown, right? They were literally working a problem at the table, trying to solve an airflow problem. And I wasn't helping. I was just like, oh, that sounds cool. Ooh, that's cool. But I was just watching them. They were drawing stuff out between Chris and Steve, mind exploding. Like, it was awesome to be part of that. That was really cool. But one thing that like we kind of started discussing, and I go,
Jason.
and it makes you think, you know, a good majority of everything out there is oversized, but like, how do we truly get to the point where home performance is something that every contractor can do? Because let's be honest, I mean, I'm just delving into the general idea of home performance, and it's intimidating. Like, and there's a lot of stuff that you
change one thing and it changes something else, and it's like a moving target a lot of times, you know. We
were having a conversation, and it's funny too, because the little bit that I understand about it, we can have a conversation, and sorry, I got sidetracked by what Housh said. So oversized gas furnaces are not that big of a deal if they have airflow, in his opinion. You're just going to have short cycling, right?
Well, you'll have short cycling, but another thing that will happen though, like let's say you have the proper amount of airflow for 100,000 BTU furnace, you're obviously, whatever ductwork you have, your static pressure will go up. 100% will go up. And your duct losses, which I don't know if Chris is in here still. Steve told me this. I can't remember exactly what it was. There's an exponent of the something coefficient of flow, and I don't remember the formula. But anyways, to put in layman's terms, your duct leakage goes up if your static goes up, period. You know what I mean? If you could lower your static,
that makes sense, right?
Well, your duct leakage drops.
Yeah, you're trying to force more stuff through it.
Right.
I didn't know what they wanted me to talk about. We were discussing how to measure commercial kitchen hoods differently than it's done today. So that's why I kind of understood a little bit of what they were saying, like the tiniest bit. So it was kind of cool to be part of that conversation and just to watch the genius of the two of them talking it through.
Don't count yourself short, buddy. You're a genius too, all right? I know you don't like hearing that.
And that is a great point. And every contractor doesn't need to do home performance, but they all need to have access to a home performance person. Right. And that was kind of brought up is maybe it needs to become normal that we don't need to be a do-it-all company and that there's dedicated people that do home performance. But
yes, exactly.
That's going to be hard though, because all the big box companies across the country want to do plumbing, solar, electrical, heating, air conditioning, all the trade stuff.
And I think that's fine, but have it like broken up in different sections within the company, maybe just to help. Yeah. I mean,
a lot of these white shirt companies, though, like let's be honest, they don't know anything about most technical.
No, and they don't even know about the loads because a good majority of them are subbing out the loads to a company that does these. So
if they're even doing it, if they're even doing it. So my point is, like, are they really doing a true duct design if they're selling somebody a $40,000 system? I doubt it. And then what happens if they have duct leakage outside? What happens if there is crazy infiltration? Do they know anything? They're just going to sell you an expensive system, and then the system's not going to work. And then you're going to have to start from square one when you're done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but when you get into these places that actually have humidity, that's where this is going to be really bad. So
what? No way, in his poncho.
I think he's
got a poncho.
Poncho, Joe. I was about to type on our private chat to start talking. You need to start talking, boy.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, thanks, Yamo.
Oh, I can't hear Yamo.
I think he just wants you to talk to so you can say, piss off, Joe.
Yeah.
But actually, I was just going to say about that comment in chat. Adam, you're more familiar with the Ecobee. Doesn't Ecobee have, I forget what it's called, but it kind of like, not heat recovery, it's called something else. Ecobee has it, so you're trying to reach a temperature, it'll kind of like maintain, like, let's say an idle temperature, so it doesn't take 50 hours to friggin'
reverse staging.
Maybe I thought it was called something else, but
what about the whole idea of just not using setback temperatures?
Setbacks, something like that.
What about like there's a lot of pushback against setbacks saying that, and I kind of agree with it, that you're not really going to save much energy if you're having to spend the energy during peak times to bring your
the same guy was asking was about the churches. I'm assuming he's for that job, and if it's an old church, like
I wonder if I could log into Ecobee and show you. I mean, I'm sure there's different cases where setback actually does save money, right?
Sure.
But in most cases, like what I've found for my customers, problem is I have so many different Ecobee accounts.
Because he says he couldn't maintain a temperature when it's like, and he has two furnaces because I'm assuming it's off during the week, and then when it comes to weekend he has on.
I made mine an easy password, Adam. I just got to make sure it doesn't say mine.
I'm trying to find like I want to go into my company account. So
you're right. Dustin Cole was saying it too. No setbacks and reverse staging will save tons and keep buildings more comfortable.
Yeah. I haven't even looked at my Ecobee information in forever. I don't even know how to log into this.
Yeah, you couldn't stage it, I guess. Yeah, you're right, Al. Good point.
See, is this it? I'd like to bring it up if possible.
Just gotta make sure it doesn't show.
I don't know if they're caring about efficiency though. Some people.
What is this lady's name? I have one in particular I want to show.
Any of you guys working tomorrow or this weekend?
Yeah.
I am on call, so I'm hoping I don't have to work, but I'm sure I will. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you will too. You always work when you're on call.
Pretty much, man. It was nice having a couple days off when I went to AHR. I just wish I could have enjoyed it a little bit more, not been so busy and stressed.
Yeah.
But those are first world problems, I'd say. So
My dogs are barking.
Is that your
Yeah.
dog?
Yeah,
Well,
You
whatever.
have a dog.
I got 2 dogs.
we've got 2 dogs, and it's a freaking nightmare.
We know Yamo has dogs, that's for sure.
Yep, lots of Chihuahuas, huh?
Pugs.
John
pugs.
Harrell asks if the Cooler Head podcast is going to go on tomorrow. I believe you're going to be on it, aren't you, Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam, and then you guys are having a guest too, right?
I think so. I mean,
I saw Brett post about a guest.
Yeah.
It was Dirk, not the guy who does the schematic thing. Dirk.
oh yeah.
Dirk?
What is that? What's this company called? AC.
HVAC Simulator,
Yeah.
I believe.
that's it.
Yeah, HVAC Simulator. Dirk
Oh.
Nauman, I believe is his
What are you guys talking about tomorrow?
Simulations. I don't know. He's cool.
Adam.
I talked to him for a while at the symposium.
Yeah.
Doggy
Well-
doggy rough rough bow wow.
No.
Oh, I just realized.
What's
No,
the
I
topic?
can't-
Oh,
never
we already
mind.
covered that. And
Chain
then
roll.
I know Brett's always wanting to talk about that old ass to mouth subject, and I figure maybe one of these weekends we'll let him.
when's the next AHR? It'll be next year, and it'll be in Chicago next January or February sometime.
Oh, I
So-
have to go to that.
But we have
Both
the
Yamo.
Adam's going to be at the HVAC Excellence or Educators Seminar in Vegas here in a couple months, and I'm going to try to go. But that's
If
not
anyone's going,
general public. You have to be an educator of some sort
I'm not an educator. They let me.
or be involved in training. I guess the general public can go as long as you're a trainer and stuff like that. I don't know what they actually do to
See you later,
verify.
Christopher. Thanks for coming, buddy.
Yeah. Good
Nice.
seeing you, Chris.
System monitor.
Are you
Yep.
still looking for that?
Yeah.
I would
let's
love
go
to
ahead
show
and-
this because here's the thing: we just hit a design day,
Yeah.
and this lady always is notorious for turning in setback. And I just wanted to show that like all night long, it basically he never turns on once, period, the entire night,
Mhm.
and then it just runs nonstop.
Yeah.
You know, under design conditions to catch back up again. So it's like, and you can kind of see the night before, you could see it cycling off, off, you know, whatever. And then it's just like, hey, look, I'm saving all this money. And then it's like, well, now I'm running nonstop.
Yeah. Right. Got it.
But anyways,
Yeah. Could show another time.
all right.
I
Bring it
digress.
up next time. I'd say we
Yeah.
wrap it up.
All right,
Nice.
Yamo.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Yamo, our Mexican correspondent.
Yeah, you're looking sharp, Yamo.
But yeah, like you can really see.
Hey, what happened to your
And
car? Bill?
Our HVAC.
If I saw you in a Home Depot parking lot, I wouldn't mind picking you up.
Asshole, Bill.
Only Bill. Ma. Look, even Yamo's laughing. He killed
Bill's
me.
an asshole.
Oh my gosh.
Bill is
And-
an asshole for sure.
Uh,
All right.
Are you doing the ending music or what? We have
Yeah. Indie music. There
We
we
started
go.
with the music, gonna end with it.
Don't forget to do the what? Adam?
Oh, it will come. Daniel Sorello is saying, "What's the name of the HVAC Educators Conference in Vegas?"
HVAC Excellence.
There you go. See you at GMC.
you got to be there. All the cool people are going.
I will
Don't
be
forget
there.
the HVAC Overtime Razzies next year.
Oh, yeah, we gotta-
Yes.
Hey, we
Yes,
need it.
Bill.
So let's do this right now. Let's go ahead and announce this. We need someone that can become an official coordinator for the overtime show, and they need to do the things that we don't have time to do. So we need someone to go ahead and set up the HVAC overtime Razzies for us, and just let us just put our name on it.
Yeah.
And also pay for a majority of it.
Yeah, good majority of it.
So like scheduling, coordination, everything that goes into it, and we just kind of want to reap the benefit.
We just want to show up. We want to be, of course, we want to be picked up from car service at the airport, drive us to the venue. Nice cars. We don't want no crappy
In
time.
the, yeah, and like M&Ms, we're thinking like all brown M&Ms in a bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hashtag bum dumpling.
I do have to say that at the HVAC Tactical Awards, Ben, if you're watching, I have an issue because I specifically put as my dietary request for the HVAC Tactical Awards that I wanted a Butterfinger without any chocolate on it, and that I just wanted the Butterfingery goodness, and there was no Butterfinger with no chocolate on it. So I got let down.
I'm going to mail you a box of pre-sucked Butterfinger then.
Ew.